So it's starting to rain outside. There are some guys working on my cable. So my internet is really kind of sucky right now. So let's make a video. So this thing, a gray box. I found this as I'm slowly moving into my new place. And didn't really forget about it, but just kind of put it away somewhere where I nearly forgot about it. I obtained this cripes about 10, 12 years ago at an auction. It was sort of a clean out, actually. It was left over from the auction. And it was a bunch of German and American and all sorts of interesting aircraft gear. People just gorged themselves and left the poor estate with basically a hell of a mess of stuff that people didn't want. People bought a pile and then left most of it, took the one thing they needed. So yeah, I think I made 3 trips from the East Coast to Ohio, 3 trips in 6 days. It was basically ping pong back and forth with loads of stuff. Anyway, this was part of it. It's kind of a mystery, and I still don't know what it is. And it is pretty featureless. You can see, yeah, there's not much on there. Old canvas handle. Then you have this thing, more bits of canvas. You pull this off. It's just actually a cover. Now, some of you old military radio guys will recognize that connector. World War II German connector. The Luftwaffe like that. There's some name for it, and I just don't know what it is because I'm not that skilled at German World War II electronics. Let's open this thing up because I don't know what it is. I was told kind of from a friend that it may be a receiver, remote control receiver that was used on the television-controlled glide bombs of World War II, the German ones. The Germans actually had them. The Americans did as well. Neither one of them worked all that well. The pictures were terrible. The control was terrible. I've heard the German ones worked a little bit better than the American ones. Well, either way, I guess they just didn't work that well. But there is some history behind that. You can look that up. But that's what I think this might be. Someone told me this. I have not seen this thing on a website or something or anything like that. And frankly, I haven't been in it since I bought it or since I obtained it. I don't even remember what's in there. You know, all we know from the external bits here is there's one of these connectors that the German aircraft industry apparently liked, and there's a early coax connector, so this has got to be some sort of radio thing, I think. There are no tags on it, at least none that I can see. There's also, look there, a little window. It's got a little H sticking through. Channel? Who knows? Let's open it. So, we have some pretty yucky screws here, which can't tell if they're captive or not. They may be captive. And actually, you know, the one thing I'm wondering about is most of the time, I don't know if I should unscrew that one. Most of the time, German stuff, there we go, I think that's it. They paint the screws red. And I can tell already, it's looking German. Okay, well, no tags on the inside. Put that to the side. But let's take a look at this. Certainly German. Look at that. Just going to do a quick look for markings or tags, and I see none. Looks like some random numbers. Lock codes, who knows? We've got a couple of these weird tubes. Definitely some RF stuff happening in there. And modules. The Germans loved their modules. Yeah, I don't know what this thing is. So, help? If any of you guys knows what this might be, give a shout. These look like relays? Probably a relay. It's got not much in the way of marking. This does sort of have an aura of, there we go, an aura of remote control-y type stuff. Just my comparison with the American stuff. They're generally fairly simple receivers, often channelized with just a few channels, which would explain the little window there. And that looks like a unit that would take a long time to get out. So I think we might leave it there. That might be a tuner or something like that. Oh, what's this? It's almost like a button. Okay. But yeah, very simple receiver with generally tone decoders or something like that. Just simple filters and such like that would just throw a few relays. Here we can see we have a couple of relays, not much though. So yeah, this is a bit of a mystery. Now, let's see if we can take any of these modules out. So bear with me while I hope I get all the screws. I clearly zero documentation on this on my part. If anyone, like I said, if anyone knows what this is, and especially if you have any sort of docs on it, I'd love to hear from you. Ooh, there we go. Okay. More typical German stuff. It pops apart. That's looking, well, maybe a little power supply like. Transformer. There are the relays. A few tubes. I don't know. That might be the filter bank. I don't know. Back to this. You can see, okay, a couple more tubes that we didn't really see before. I still not sure how you get this cast piece out. And these things, yeah, I don't know how to get these out either. There are probably no tubes in there simply because they're not accessible. Because you can tell even with the somewhat sealed things, they tried to make the tubes accessible. Oh, this is interesting. Look at that. Auf and zu. This. Okay, let's see. This may be nicely seized up. Oh boy. I might need to get a bigger screwdriver. Hold on. Okay. Bigger screwdriver. I really don't want to... There we go. Really don't want to muck up the metal here, or any of the screws or anything like that. Oh, that wanted to go a quarter of a turn, or an eighth of a turn. It doesn't want to go a quarter of a turn. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it doesn't want to go. I may have to work on that. Maybe put some penetrating oil. I don't know. But, well, there you have it. There's something behind there. I'm almost going to guess this is just a cover for a tube that just wanted extra shielding. If this is the tuner module, that would make sense. You can see there's some grounding there. They wanted this very shielded. This button is a mystery. Some sort of test, maybe. Looks like we have some sort of slug, maybe. Slug tune stuff. Bit of a shmoo in there. So yeah, it's... at this point, you know as much as I do. So I thought I'd share this with you, see if any of you might have a lead on what this thing actually is. It's too bad there's virtually no numbers or markings on it, which, you know, would make sense for things like glide bombs and sensitive stuff like that. Our glide bombs, the radio equipment, had quite cryptic nomenclatures. You know, they really didn't tell you anything. So anyway, yeah, that's... like I said, you know as much as I do now. Put this back. If you have any ideas, yes, please let me know in the comments. If you like the video, give a like. Maybe subscribe if you like what you see. I don't have too much more German stuff, but I'll try and dig it up. And yeah, we'll get to the other interesting things. Okay, see you later. Bye.